Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here today to the Moneylion 300 at Talladega Super Speedway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. No practice or qualifying entering this race here today. You guys know the drill. We're Dale Jr. for this season. So we'll see if Dale Jr. can get yet another win on the year. He comes in with the points lead into this race, but obviously we know Talladega, it's big, it's bad. We'll see if it'll get ugly here today. We had an amazing Cup Series race yesterday for the Geico 500. If you have not watched that, go back and watch it. And most importantly, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, such as these full race live streams with a realistic broadcast. And we are going to enter this race tonight. It should be a fun one. 300 miles, 113 laps. Josh Williams will set the, or I should say he will sit on the pole for today's race. CJ McLaughlin will be starting at the rear. Of course, Dale Jr. also starting at the back without qualifying or practice. Call 48, welcome to the stream. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. As we are getting into this one, green flag in the air. Talladega Super Speedway on a Tuesday night. Xfinity Series action on the channel. Dale Jr. is on a hot streak this season and hoping for something good coming into this race today. He knows how to get around these restrictor plate racetracks. 25 laps in the opening stage of the race. Oh man, what a move right in front of his teammate Daniel Hemrick. Jr. has been on the gas and now takes it to the back bumper of Joe Nemechek all of a sudden. He's got his nephew Jeffrey Earnhardt right behind him, trying to shake Nemechek. He finally does. Oh, a little contact with the 8 car. 3 wide in the middle. Got to be careful. A little more contact with the 08 that time. Joe Graff Jr. A lot of these cars having troubles trying to keep their line on the opening lap of the race. They're still side by side for the lead up at the front of the field. 36 cars make up this Xfinity Series field here today. You're already seeing them go 3 by 3 through the pack. And I'm sure you're going to see that most of the day today. And they're 4 wide now. Jeffrey Earnhardt, Dale Jr. both have big runs down the back straightaway. Oh, contact. Joe Graff Jr. up there. They are 4 by 4 on the opening lap of the race. Riley Hurst in the 18. A little loose. And Junior now back on that double yellow line, gaining ground on the inside of the racetrack. Lifts a little bit before he gets to the back bumper of Daniel Hemrick. Hemrick looking low. He's willing to go with him. A lot of Junior Motorsport cars here right in the middle of the pack, right around 20th. Now these bumpers, remember, do not align right compared to, say, the Cup Series or even the Truck Series for that matter. So you definitely got to be careful when pushing another driver. It's a little harder to get a huge run as well. Rear spoilers compared to the Truck or the Cup Series, but if given the gap, you can still get a good enough of a run, regardless of the fact, especially if you get help from behind you. But clean air probably matters more than anything, or I should say more than any of the other series here in this series when it comes to super speedway racing. Jackson Pittner, welcome to the stream. Big run down the back straightaway. Dale Jr. all the way on the outside, 3 wide in the draft of David Starr. Had the run in that 3rd lane, just nobody went with him on the outside. Chase Briscoe stays in that middle lane, right behind Vinnie Miller. Junior's got time to drop below Briscoe. Right in front of Joe Graff Jr., who's made his way up through the field slowly but surely as well. For those of you that remember, the last time we raced an Xfinity race at Talladega, it was pretty fun. That was our championship race on our custom schedule season. That is one of the classic races on this channel, if I do have to say myself. It was a lot of fun. I'm sure we'll have fun tonight. That was obviously a lot different circumstance. We had 3 of the 4 championship 4 all battling for the win in the closing laps. It was awesome. To have the season come down to that, that is for sure. So if you haven't watched that, I highly recommend going back to watch that whenever you can get the chance. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Ooh, big run. Junior just underneath Jeff Green and Brandon Jones, 3 wide down the back straightaway. Still side by side for the lead. And what do you know? Justin Haley is up at the front of the field. He's trying to lead that outside lane right now. Junior jumps to the outside, right in front of Jeff Green. Junior gonna go 3 wide up the middle, right on the back of Anthony Alfredo in the 21. Still locking bumpers with that 21 car right now. Ryan Sieg gaining ground on the bottom. So is Junior after he made the move down there. Right to the back bumper of the 39 car. Pulls up right in front of the 21, who now jumps behind the 11, now back down behind the 8. Junior's clear. Justin Haley. And let me tell you, Justin Haley might be up towards the front most of the day today. He knows how to get around these super speedways in these Xfinity cars. Oh, Junior's got to make sure he doesn't pass below the double yellow line. He was 3 wide down there. Alex LeBay holds on to the lead. He was able to get back above the line before he passed Ryan Sieg. And LeBay tried to throw the block, but Anthony Alfredo's giving Dale Jr. one huge shot. And Dale Jr. started 35th without practicing or qualifying in today's race. And in less than 8 laps, he has taken the lead from 35th to 1st. Shows you how quickly you can come from far back in the draft as Anthony Alfredo lets go. And actually, Alex LeBay was able to move down in front of him in that 2nd spot. And again, these stages are a lot shorter in the Xfinity and Truck Series, especially in these super speedways. We saw a 60-lap first stage and a 60-lap second stage in the Cup race yesterday, with it being a 500-miler. This Xfinity race here today, 25 laps in stage 1, 25 in stage 2. So the first 2 stages in this race, stage 1 in the Cup Series. So if you get the lead and you want those stage points and a chance to win the stage, you get the playoff point or points if you're in position throughout the course of the day, you definitely don't want to give up the lead, and that is what Dale Jr. is going to try to do here. Billy, that's pretty awesome. I wish you good luck. Still side by side for the lead. Side draft playing a huge factor there. Not really able to get a big run on Junior. Oh, David Starr gave the 39 of Sieg a big push there. Justin Haley's not close enough to that back bumper of the 21. I think that's why Alfredo's not able to get a run on the outside. And now they're 3 wide as David Starr will go in between both Anthony Alfredo, and I believe that's Austin Cindric in the 22 behind Sieg. Big run on the top side. Junior goes up to protect. They're 4 wide now for 2nd place. Caution will fly further back in the pack. Our first caution of the day at lap 10. And that did not take long. Not sure exactly who brought out the caution, but somebody brought it out. And nobody's hitting pit road here, so I'm not entirely sure who it was. They were 4 wide for 2nd when the caution flew, so probably a good thing the caution came out, because we probably could have had the big one there if that caution didn't come out for what was likely a single car accident further back. So this will give us less laps to go in stage 1. Brandon Garcia Vera, welcome to the stream. So Dale Jr. will restart from the lead, and since he took it at lap 8, he has not given it up yet. Here we go. Green flag back in the air. Junior will lead the field to the green. 13 laps to go in stage 1. This could get wild. Everybody's going to look for every stage point they can get here, whether they have a win or not. Even those drivers that have a win still want a shot at the regular season championship. And although Junior has a points lead, it's right around a 30-point lead, so by no means is it safe. And there's only about a half a race over second. And Talladega could be either a big or a bad points day for a lot of these drivers up in the front of the point standings. R6, welcome to the stream. Vinny Miller has moved up to second place. Joe Nemechek in the top 3 as well. Noah Gregson's in the top 5. Austin Cindric now has just moved up there. The 89 of Landon Castle's got a huge run to the outside, and look at Noah Gregson up the middle as he hung out Castle out to dry. And now Gregson leads that outer lane, and boy, Landon Castle dropped like a rock after he lost the momentum when Junior pulled up in front of him, and then the 9 of Allgaier hung him out to dry. And watch out for Gregson, because most importantly, he's got that number 11, that fast Justin Haley on these super speedways right behind him. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream. Very early in the race, Patrick. We haven't really missed much yet. We did have a caution already at lap 10, but it was likely a single car accident. I didn't see exactly what happened. It must have happened further back in the pack right after Junior had taken the lead a couple laps prior. But only 11 to go in stage 1. It's getting exciting here. 3 by 3 through the pack as Junior tries to hold on to the lead as long as he can. We saw caution come out in stage 1 of the Cup Series when we had a couple laps left, and that ended the stage. So another reason why Junior doesn't want to give up that lead. Oh, that's unfortunate call. I've been there. Dominated a race on Heat 5 before getting in a wreck and ending my day. Gregson with the run, almost got to the outside of Dale Jr. There's a third line forming. They're 3 wide back, right around 6th on back, it looks like. Man, look at him fanning out through the tri-oval. Who will make the move? Gregson peeps higher. Justin Haley's going to go up the middle for second place. I think he's got Joe Nemechek behind him. But Justin Haley, if I had to guess, has a very fast race car. Colleague racing cars very fun to watch on these super speedways. Not just Justin Haley, but even Chastain and Allmendinger when he's been racing last couple seasons in the Xfinity series. They know how to work as a cohesive unit, though Ross Chastain's nowhere to be found in the top 10 right now. We'll see if he can get up there with Haley by race end or even by stage end here. We still got enough time for him to get through the field. You don't want to wait until the last second. And Junior is getting way ahead of this pack off at turn 4. Vinny Miller trying to get a big run on him. So is Justin Haley, who will get the bigger run. 9 to go in the stage. It'll be Haley looking high. Junior just pulls off the block in time. Almost a little late on that one. And that stacks them up. They're 3 wide for about 3rd or 4th on back. And Haley's losing a ton of ground on that 3rd lane on the outside. Austin Cindric trying to get Vinny Miller a shot. Look at that 13 car coming up. They are 4 wide. A little further back in the pack, and Haley still trying to hold on strong on the outside. He's got Gregson behind him. Junior got a little tight there. Still able to get down to the double yellow line in front of Vinny Miller. Chad Fincham now is going to jump in front of Haley, and Briscoe's aggressively side drafting the 13 and the 11 on the outside there, mainly because Briscoe's got no help. Now he's got Gregson behind him. Justin Haley is really trying to push the 13 of Chad Fincham towards the front of the field. We saw Fincham leading laps in the Cup race yesterday at Talladega. And now Briscoe's got to run in that middle lane. Not to mention, with nobody pitting under that last caution, everybody's still on the same tires they've had since the start of the race. So the grip level and the handling might not be there for everybody. controlling the lines well. We saw Ryan Blaney lead over 100 laps yesterday in the 188 lap race at Talladega in the Geico 500 on the channel, and he ended up getting the win on top of it, won both stages. Can we see a similar dominance out of Junior in a little bit shorter of a race, 200 miles shorter? Seen him. You definitely tell right from the get-go he had a fast car. And they might be 4 wide here going into turn number 3. Briscoe starting to get a decent run. Fincham with another big run. Chance brings. Oh man, who is squeezing through the middle? 4 wide up there. Ray Black Jr. in the 07. He was getting pushed by somebody. Couldn't tell exactly who it was. Might have been David Starr in the 6. How did he squeeze through there and he still got a run? Junior's going up the block in 5 laps to go in stage 1 this time by. Oh, and they move a little higher. Still a big run. Junior goes up the block near the wall. Back down to the bottom. The 6 and the 78 almost made contact, and here comes Cindric. Justin Haley starting to falter further back in the pack again. And Junior's getting a big lead in the center of 1 and 2. This could be troublesome down the back straightaway as Cindric gets a push and a run from Brandon Jones in the 19. Vinnie Miller on the outside as well with 4.5 laps to go now in the opening stage of the race. Junior zigzagging all over the track, trying to hang on to the lead. And oh man. We're at the point now, if we get a caution, the rest of the stage will come to an end. So these guys desperately want to get around Junior. Another big run there by Vinnie Miller. Looking high, but now Chad Fincham's not going to follow him, it looks like. It looks like Fincham's going to try to take it up the middle. And that's going to stall the 78 car out as well as the 13. They're side-drafting each other way too much. And Cindric's got a little open room here. We'll see if he can back off, maybe get a run. And Brandon Jones going to go with him here. Cindric looking high. Back to the bottom going into turn 3, as well as Jones, and McLaughlin is back there in 4th. Remember, he started dead last in this race, and in less than 25 laps, he's up to 4th. So between Junior and McLaughlin, both started in that final row, both in the top 4, with not a lot of time left in the stage, and it is a 5-car breakaway in the front of this pack with 23 laps, or 22 rather, in the books, 3 to go in stage 1. Well, this is going to make Junior's job a little bit easier now, unless Cindric can get the run, but Junior's going to make Cindric have to pass him high. If Cindric does get the run, and Cindric does look high, Jones goes up the block, back to the bottom, and now McLaughlin's getting a big run on the outside as well. I believe he's getting pushed by Joe Graff Jr. in the 08 car. And they are going to make a move to the outside of Brandon Jones. They think it's time to go for him here, and that could bring that second pack back to this front pack at some point. And look at the push the 93 is getting. All the way to the top, back down to the bottom, barely in front of Cindric. Junior has led every lap since lap 7 in this race. Justin Allgaier making a move back there. They're 3 wide now for about 4th place. And Cindric gonna get around Junior. Junior left the bottom open. And that was not the time to do it. He had been leading for so long. Trying to get a run down on Jones. Oh man, up the middle, Junior goes for 2nd. Big run to the back of Cindric. Looking to get to the inside. Desperately trying to get under there, but he ran out of racetrack. Austin Cindric leads. It'll be a lead change at the start-finish line. White flag will be in the air. 1 lap to go in stage number 1. Cindric leaves the bottom open. Here comes Junior. Cindric still leads the lap, but Junior is side by side for the lead. Back down the racetrack. It is a drag race through turns 1 and 2. Waiting to see if they make it back to that green-white checkered flag. Oh, Clements thought he was going to give Cindric a push. Cindric's getting a run down. Junior trying to side draft him some more on that left rear corner panel, but Cindric is clear. Oh, Junior goes down to block the 51. The 22 now to block the 8. Who will get the run needed? Junior looks to the inside. Cindric on the outside. Clemens trying to give Junior a shot. Side by side through the tri-oval. One final time. Junior gets the push. He gets the bumper out in front. At the line, Junior wins stage 1. Wow, what a close finish in the opening stage of the race. Junior got him back by inches to win the opening stage. And pit stops will be coming for the first time today under the stage break. Man, that was close. So Junior wins stage 1 by inches on Austin Cindric. Mike is out of sync. Man. Alright, give me a second, guys. How bad is it out of sync exactly? Try to refresh the page, I guess, if you can too. See if that works. One corner. That's a bummer. That was a good call. That was a good call. It was a good finish to the stage. Might have to... I think I'm going to restart the... from the middle of turn 3 to the start-finish line. Alright. Alright. Well... it's still early enough in the race. We're only completed with the first 25 laps in the first stage of the race. Again, so I will restart the stream. I'll turn my mobile hotspot on so we can have better... so that way the audio can get back in sync here. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to end this portion of the stream. So I will be starting up another stream here within the next 60 seconds. So I'll end this one. Pay attention if you guys don't get a notification for it, because I noticed that's been happening a lot lately. Just keep refreshing the page on my channel and you guys will see it. So thanks for letting me know, and I'll see you guys in about 60 seconds.